It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, Blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy, for your boy, for your boy, for your boy. Hustle for your boy, mix it for your boy. Drop it for your, wah 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 wah. Lift it up.
I'm here. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Get in here. Happy Monday. So sorry for the inconvenience, you guys. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all come on in. Get into the chat. We got a show. Come on in. Come on in. Shout out to everybody in the building. Welcome to the Morning Joce. This is Morning Joce, what, 421? Anyway. Shout out to everybody in the building. I'm sorry I missed y'all yesterday. Today is Tuesday. Yes, Rain. I'm sorry. I missed y'all yesterday. I had to cut my grass and I had to take that hair out my head and wash my hair. Oh, yeah. I had so much stuff to do. I just couldn't. And then I was cleaning. It was just a lot going on. It's Tuesday. It is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to everybody in the building. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to all of y'all. I missed y'all yesterday. That's why I could not go today without coming on. So, you guys, get the likes up on the video and let's get into the show. Now, a few things we're going to be discussing. You know, I be wanting to get up and get stuff when I'm on live, but it ain't because I'm scared of y'all seeing me. I don't be having no bra on. You know what I mean? And I think my biggest fear, and let me knock on a little wood real quick. My biggest fear is being on live and getting up to get something, right? And when I get up, y'all see these titties, girl, hanging sweet low, girls, hanging so low, hanging lower than a sweet chariot, girl. Just titties just swinging low. I didn't want to see that. I didn't want to show that to y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, that's why I have to be careful on these streams. You see what I'm saying? But girl, I ain't gonna lie. That's a fear. That's a fear. One day I feel like I'm gonna stand up on this video, you know what I'm saying? And them titties just gonna be swinging. You feel me? Oh, it's a fear. Knock on some wood, girl. I think my table wood, girl. Let me knock on some wood. But yeah, girl. So every time I be thinking of getting up, I have to really put it in my head. You see what I'm saying? Because see, y'all only see me from here up. Y'all don't know what be going on. But anyway, shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out everybody in the building. Y'all come on in here. Get these likes up on the video, girl. We got to show. So now we got to discuss the Diddy trial. Apparently, it's a lot going on. They dismissing jurors. Juror number 6, who was a black man. They say they got him up out of there. They say because he said he live in Brooklyn or Queens or one of them boroughs, but the whole time his baby mama live in Jersey and he be stomping the heavy boots across the water. It's a lot going on. We gonna discuss it. We got to discuss all the other updates that's happening on the Diddy trial. And we're going to discuss everything that's going on in the Diddy trial, all the stuff that's been going on behind the scenes. I hear there's another juror that they say is being looked at to be dismissed. Then they say they say it's a lot with these witnesses. They said the last witness is looking real bad, which is the Jane Doe girl. Then 50 Cent baby mama done came out. She got something to say, which I will give to her. She has been saying these things for years. There ain't nothing she's saying that's new, but she's come out and she almost spilled tea on why it is 50 and Diddy is really beefing, but she didn't quite go there. I think on her next live, she'll discuss that. But she also did talk about how her relationship was tumultuous with 50. She also spoke about her abuse under the hands of him and her children and things of that nature. We're going to get into it and how I feel about it and how y'all feel about it. We're going to get into that as well. And then we obviously have to get into this Georgia couple. What is happening? Okay, there's a Georgia couple. I don't know if they in Augusta. I know they somewhere up north of Georgia, close to the Carolinas. I know that because there's a Georgia couple that end up unalive, both of them. They went live. He basically was trying to go live and tell his side of the story, exposing the fact that they putting curses and spells on each other. They doing all type of voodoo on each other. But they both cheating. She got the hurt. He said, I probably got it too. But she got it from a nigga. And then she said, but when I told you, you was licking all on the hurt bumps. And I'm over here saying, oh my God. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot. And a lot of people are speculating that she brought up a guy named Udi. And a lot of people are speculating that this Udi character is somebody that has to be loose-wristed. And I'm so tired of black women. Everybody ain't gay, you know. Newsflash, everybody not gay. Nothing about their back and forth gave me anything alluding to that girl saying anything about him being gay. I'm talking about the husband. So the fact that people, when she said, y'all want me to talk about Udi, and then he said, you say something about that, and then you gonna die, and then she just sitting over there saying, well, I ain't trying to die. And people, oh, he must have been gay. He may not have been gay. Y'all do know street stuff happen, right? Y'all do know a lot of the times the reason these girls end up unalived is not because of those things. It's really because they be in the middle of some street stuff. And that's what I got from the live of them. He was more or less frustrated with the fact that he had money before he was with her. Soon as he got with her, in his opinion, the family putting roots on him. He losing all his money. Then on top of that, she cheating, he cheating. She come back with the hurts. I think it's a culmination of everything before the live that led us to here, that where we are, unfortunately, and it sucks. But we're gonna discuss it, man. I'm gonna just say this too. Any woman who saw that interaction and did not immediately see where things could have gone better on both ends, not just the woman's side, not just the man's side. If any woman, and I'm talking to black women because we are the ones who suffer at the hands of this violence, okay? We are the ones who suffer at the hands of this violence. We the ones who unalive. We the ones with the mortality rates that we have at the hands of the DV. However, I think that if we don't see anything in this where we can take away from this and say, okay, maybe this should not be done like this, or maybe I shouldn't, if you don't take anything like that away, then you are the problem, okay? If you don't see where nothing was done wrong on either side, rather be the man's side or the woman's side, you, my friend, are the problem. But y'all get on in here and like the video. Get the likes up on the video. We got a little show to do real quick, okay? Hold on. It was another story I had saw that I wanted to share with y'all that I didn't put in the title, but I know I shared it in my story really quickly. Oh, R. Kelly. So Kels is trying real hard to get out of prison, huh? So now Kels done went down there and told them people, well, he didn't tell them, but his attorneys is telling them people that basically he OD'd in prison. OD'd off of what? And isn't that a charge? It says R. Kelly's legal team claims he was rushed to the hospital following an overdose in prison. According to USA Today, the singer's team has filed an emergency motion seeking his release due to ongoing health concerns. Reports state that while Kelly, 58, was in isolation, prison staff reportedly gave him increased dosage of medication, which caused him to faint. It says he was then transported to an outside hospital at Duke University in Durham, North Carolina. In addition to this, Kelly has been requesting medical attention for swollen legs for months. It says the Breakfast Club reported. During this overdose hospitalization, doctors allegedly discovered blood clots in his legs and lungs. However, his legal team claims he was denied care for these conditions. Kelly's lawyers are now advocating for his release so he can receive the medical attention they believe he urgently needs. Last week, Kelly's legal team accused the feds of plotting against him. So right now, his team is saying that he passing out. They giving him overdosage of his medication, which causing him to pass out. You get to the doctor, they find out he got blood clots in his leg, which can unalive him. And now the attorneys are saying we need to have him released so he can get the proper medical care. That's where they are right now. Let's get into the video, y'all. Get the likes up, please. Please and thank you. Let me get this video going. I will tell you this, R. Kelly. Kels, them clears you got, they working overtime. Do you hear me? See these clears right here? They've been working real good on your behalf, my nigga.
Filed a motion seeking the immediate release of R. Kelly based on the solicitation of his murder by high-ranking Bureau of Prisons officers and officials. These are people who seek to kill Mr. Kelly rather than allow the corrupt criminal conduct of those who manufactured his convictions be exposed. We recognize the stunning quality of these allegations, but in the end, these are not allegations made by R. Kelly. These are not allegations made by my office. These are allegations made by men. Filed a motion seeking the...
So there you have it. R. Kelly's lawyers are seeking a release for R. Kelly. Anybody who knows anything about blood clots, they are extremely dangerous. It can literally, like that, a blood clot, just one, you know what I'm saying? But either way, they're saying that the reason that he's having these issues is because he's not being seen and he's not getting proper medication. I think recently they were saying that he was physically threatened with violence or at least assaulted or something like that. These clears are working overtime to get R. Kelly out of jail. R. Kelly, they are working overtime. Okay. Yeah, Heavy D sure did pass from blood clots. You are absolutely right. I forgot about that. I sure did. He sure did. Heavy D did pass from blood clots. Yes, sir. He sure did. But no, they're working hard to get him out of jail. Honestly, I'm gonna be real honest. While R. Kelly belong in jail, he unfortunately suffered what Diddy is suffering now, which is playing the game with the powers that be that ends up not in your favor. And when they play for keeps. And what happens is they get the court of public opinion on their side with the BS. And then with our permission and our rooting, they basically tear these dudes down in the court of public opinion and then in the actual court as well. And to be completely honest, I ain't got no problem with that. That's the contracts and the people they dealing with. However, I will say when it comes to R. Kelly and the way that they tried him and the way that they're trying Diddy, just like Diddy, they doing it dirty. But it don't matter until they start doing it to you, right? Either way, we'll see. I don't know if he's gonna ever get out of jail. To be completely honest, it really don't matter to me either way. It is what it is because both of them need to be behind bars. It's just that they behind bars for the wrong thing. Okay, so moving on. I want to bring that to you guys now. Let's get into this Georgia couple. Well, no, we don't end with the Georgia couple because it's so great. Let's get into the Diddy stuff. So I don't know if y'all been keeping up with this Diddy situation. I know y'all have. It's not a lot been happening for the most part. However, it's been enough happening to where people are trying to figure out what's going to happen moving forward. Now, mind you, the prosecution is wrapping up their trial where the defense is going to be opening theirs. Now, we haven't seen KK. We haven't seen D-Rock. All the people that they're naming in this case to make this the RICO, we haven't heard from these people. Now, they say the dude, Brennan Paul, the drug mule, supposed to be on today. Now, he's the clear boy who had a basketball scholarship, or he was playing basketball at one of these real nice, good, clear universities. He came from money, and he was the drug mule for Diddy. Now, I don't know if y'all recall this, but as soon as he got arrested, they let him go immediately. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all recall that? Like, they pulled him off that private jet. Remember when they were arresting Diddy and they were seizing everything and whoop-de-whoop? They pulled him off the private jet, and then it seemed like as soon as they turned around, he was gone off of it. And I'm over here saying, okay, he must know somebody. Or Diddy is looking out for him. Because this is the drug mule. At one point, I thought he was one stop, the way they kept talking about one stop, because this white boy was on the jet by himself, just him and the drug. So I'm like, when they telling me the story about one stop had everything, I said, that's got to be the white boy. But I don't know. But either way, he's got immunity. He's coming up here to testify. And honestly, I don't see it being in Diddy's favor because, I mean, he's testifying for the prosecution unless he flips on them on the stand. But at the end of the day, he's got his immunity. All of these people have their immunity. And they all are utilizing it. Even if they don't want to, they all have their immunity, but that tells me that they're just as guilty as Diddy. I'm not giving any of these people passes because they are quote unquote victims. No, if you partake, then you in it. It is what it is. Now, really quickly, a little recap of the last day of trial. Was it yesterday or the day before? 24? It don't matter. Either way, they're talking about the dismissal of jury number 6 and a whole bunch of other stuff, and we're going to get into it. Because this is really what's been going on. It says, roommates, as the trial of the 6-week, testimonies in the Diddy trial continues, prosecutors introduced a 2013 text exchange between Combs and then girlfriend Cassie Ventura. In the message sent on January 11th, Combs asked Ventura if she wanted to belatedly celebrate Christmas with a freak off. Okay, Ventura, no, he says, you horny, Combs text, LOL, yeah, Ventura replied, would you want to celebrate Christmas and have a freak off tonight or Friday? He continued, added that he had her Christmas gifts for the singer. So you got my gifts and you trying to get me piped? And then it says later on in the afternoon, the court was shown 2 pieces of video evidence. The first lasted 11 minutes. The second lasted nearly 40. Only the jury, legal teams, and the judge were allowed to see and hear the footage using private screens and headphones. The contents of the video remain sealed from the public record, but their inclusion marks a significant turn in the government's case. As we reported earlier, Judge Aaron Sumerian dismissed juror number 6 due to what he described as serious concerns to the jurors' candor. We'll keep you updated as the trial continues. Now, let's really be clear. So we talking about the juror being dismissed. We also talking about a Christmas freak off. A Christmas freak off. On the day white Jesus Christ was born off the bike, these niggas is over here talking about having a freak off. Y'all do know that is the day white Jesus Christ was born. So instead of these niggas going down to the church house and repenting to the white Jesus for their sins, they over there celebrating the gay Jesus with the freak offs. You get it? So I feel like that tells me that, first of all, Diddy was killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Number 1, I spent Christmas with her, but number 2, I get the freak off. Number 2, it tells me that Cassie was loving these freak offs more than y'all want to give her credit for loving them. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Ooh, and I'm so glad you brought this up, Simeon. Ritual sex. Put a pin right here on that. Hold on. And when I say white Jesus Christ was born on Christmas, I don't mean the actual prophet of Jesus that we believe to know. When I say white Jesus Christ was born on Christmas, I don't want that to go over nobody's head, meaning it's fake, just like the holiday. Meaning the white Jesus Christ is just as fake as the white Christmas. Am I making sense? I hope so. Anyways, moving on. Ritual sex. Now, I'm glad you brought this up. I don't know where this come from. I've been grounding. And you know, sometimes the ancestors be talking to me, but sometimes Don Julio be talking to me too. Okay? Let's really be clear. So sometimes it might be the ancestors. Sometimes it might be the Don Julio. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? However, it came upon me. I don't know where I was or what was happening, but it came upon me with this ritual sex. Y'all know my brain goes for I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I'm starting to wonder or think, or this thought, I'm gonna just say with the thought that came in my mind. What if, get me up here. What if y'all, look, what if, remember, Diddy is a billionaire, right? Diddy's a billionaire. He's got access to what and whoever he wants. If Diddy wants it, he can make it happen. He's rich beyond any of our wildest dreams. We wouldn't be able to fathom not even having enough money to do what we want, let alone do what we want, what we can, and how we want. We can't fathom it because we broke. Okay? However, what if these freak-offs are deeper than surface? What if the reason that Diddy is so infatuated with getting these women to perform these acts during these freak-offs is because, and this is going to go far, so please, if it goes too far, just say, all right, you're doing too much. And I'm going to accept that, but this is how my brain be working. But what if Diddy has some sort of access to some sort of science or some sort of technology that allows Diddy to actually somehow, some way be in the freak-off without being in the freak-off through these women? What do I mean by that? So what if, like, he chooses these women, Cassie and Jane Doe and all these beautiful girls, because there's some kind of way through the money that he has and the access and the technology that he's capable of getting, that he's able to actually get something out of this. I don't know if it's a sexual thing. I don't know if it's, you know what I mean? Like, there's something. What if it's deeper than him just watching? That's all I'm saying. It's possible. It's beyond our imagination because we're poor. Welcome to the party. You're late. I'm poor. Hello. We can't think about that. It don't even make sense and register to our brain because we still trying to make sure we can keep these lights on, girl. But when you have that type of money and that type of access and that type of power to do certain things, then you just never know. I'm just saying, it might be far-fetched. You just never know. But we do know with this, when it comes to highly weird, it's very ritualistic. Sex is very, very ritualistic, okay? Very ritualistic. As a matter of fact, most things are done in Hollywood through what? Sex. Think about it. Most things that are dealing with Hollywood, when it comes to it's always got something to do with some type of ritualistic sex. And it wouldn't surprise me if there was something that's beyond even my imagination. It's something that's beyond even me, to where Diddy is experiencing something we couldn't even fathom. And we just looking at it like he just in the corner, just jacking off. But the gag is, he really is on some others. It could be some other stuff. Yes, MB908, sex magic is extremely weird. I mean, real, but people don't want to believe it. I'm just saying, it just came on me. But like I said, it could either be the ancestors or the Julio. Either way, they say a drunk man speaks a sober mind. So I feel like the message was the message. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just, because I was on that Julio last night. Oh, girl, was I on that Julio, girl? It was a Monday. I hadn't went live. Girl, I had them finish them baddies videos early. Girl, was I sipping? Bitch, please. Girl, sipping down to the ground. So I don't know. Like I say, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right, Lyric. I need to stay in the light. I got to stay in the light. Last night must have been the dark because I was thinking about all type of shit. Listen, last night I must have been in the dark because I was thinking about all type of shit. Everything was just crossing my brain, girl. But anywho, you guys get the likes up on the video, please, and thank you. Thank you for the super chat. How do you say your name? Devin Garrison. I hope I pronounced it correctly. You're beautiful. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, Vu, love you down to the ground. It's my 40th. It was my 44th birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Devin. Happy birthday. Y'all drop some cakes in the chat for Devin and anybody else celebrating a birthday really quickly. And y'all take this time to like the video and drop some cake because y'all really be doing the most. Okay. Happy birthday to my girl, Devin. Come on, wiggle for Miss Peggy. Happy birthday, girl.
Let's go, Miss Peggy.
Y'all make it.
Let's go, Peggy. Miss Peggy bother, Peggy bother, Peggy bother. Make that ass drop, make that ass rock. Ooh, make that ass drop, make that ass rock. Ooh, do it for a whopper, make it wobble for a whopper. Wobble for a whopper, make it wobble for a whopper. Ooh, Peggy Sue, ooh, Peggy, ooh, Peggy, ooh. Peggy about to say she about to work it like a black girl. Make that ass jump, make it rock like a black girl. Rock. You fine, Peggy. You fine, Peggy. Ooh, you fine, Peggy. Ooh, bow-legged Peggy and a booty kind of heavy. Bend it on over, girl, toot it like a levy. Bow-legged Peggy, booty kind of heavy. Bend that ass over, toot it like a levy. Lift that ass, lift that ass. Ooh, Peggy about to work, she about to rock, she about to move, she about to make it. Oh, Miss Peggy.
Happy birthday, Devin. I hope you have many, many more, and I hope you have as much as you love, and I hope you have a wonderful day and week, year, month, whatever you choose. Happy birthday. Radiant Sunshine, thank you for being a member for 12 months. Great afternoon, Vu and Acorn family. Enjoy your Tuesday. Love you down to the ground. Love you, Boo. Love you, Radiant Sunshine. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Trey, hey, Boo. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, look who decided to show up. Folding my arms and tapping my feet. You know how long I've been waiting for you. I'm sorry, Trey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Boo. You and me, us never part. My key, da. Sorry. Sean Mack, thank you for the super chat. Says, Dr. Boo, I think Rob is slow and he has a kid brain. I think so too. Rob was to abuse. We need to address this, Acorn. Retribution is needed, but fairly. And then hashtag straw, hashtag fair trial. This is a very good point because you know why I think a lot of people don't want to touch on Robert's abuse. And when I say Robert, I mean Kells, because it involves the black women and what they did. Hey, Gigi. It involves what black women did because see, we live in a society now where black women can't do no wrong. And it involves grown-ass black women touching and meddling with a little bitty baby. And a lot of black women don't want to have to face that. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to just be real. A lot of black women don't even want to have to talk about that. But, I mean, men were once boys. So I don't have a son. I don't know what that feels like. But I can say this. If it were my son, I would be ready to scalp a bitch. You feel what I'm saying? That's just me. But I'm going to be honest. They don't want to talk about Kel's abuse because it doesn't involve another man. It involves other women. You know what I mean? I mean, does Kel's get... This is just a real question. Does Kel's get the victim card like y'all gave Cassie? Kel's, according to what I heard, legend has it, rumored way back in the Gap, they say Kel's mama, they say he had a weird infatuation with his mama. But I don't know if it was the babysitter, the sister, or the aunt, or all three. I can't remember. Don't get the quoting me. Don't get the quoting me. However, somebody of age violated that young boy as a little bitty boy. Some woman of age or women of age violated that little bitty boy. So then my question is was it his sister? I think it was. Okay. So then my question is, do R. Kelly get the grace that we give to Cassie? This is a real question. And I know the answer to it because most people are going to say, even if they think that it's right, they're just not going to do it. But either way, the point is we need to talk about it. We got to talk about it, and we will talk about it on this channel because women are abusers too. Okay? Women can be abusers too. It just is what it. People are not all inherently good. There's not all inherently good black women. There's not all inherently good black men. There's not all inherently good white, Asian, none of that. There are good and bad people all over. So, you know. But that's a whole other story. But no, yeah, he suffered a lot, and not only him, Diddy allegedly too. Diddy allegedly suffered from abuse too. Remember, they said the mama used to have the parties, and allegedly, they say, legend has it, that a lot of stuff was going on with them women she used to have at that party. They say Diddy been come up around this. So that means that's abuse within itself. Yeah, but then again, the abuse only works for the people we like. It don't really work fairly. So there's that. But yeah, neither here nor there. Let's get back to this Diddy stuff, because I want to get into this 50 bag too. The day in court began with Judge Submarine. Did I call that man Submarine? Yeah. The day in court began with Judge Submarine officially dismissing juror number 6 from the jury due to inconsistent responses about where he lives. Now, let me say this too. Hold on. Let me go in. Prosecutors mentioned they have 5 witnesses remaining, including 3 summary witnesses, a former Diddy assistant, and a member of law enforcement. They called a paralegal specialist named Anaya Sankar to the stand. Let me say this. Now, they say the boy live in New York, but the baby mama live in Jersey, or whatever the case may be. Now, I remember when we was in high school, we went to New York and we drove to Jersey. We drove through Jersey, or whatever the case may be. And I do know it's a bridge. I don't remember the bridge. I got a vague memory of what it looked like, but I do know it's a bridge. And I do know it's like 15, 20 minutes away. It ain't that far. So it looks to me like what the judge and the prosecution is trying to do is get people out on technicalities that they think gonna automatically side with Diddy. Because you mean to tell me, from what I'm hearing, the commotion was he's supposed to live in New York and as a juror in New York, but they saying that he got his baby mama live in Jersey or whatever, and that's where he be at during the week. So where is his legal residence? Where is, if I own a home in Fulton County, do you mean to tell me that because I decide to sleep by my boyfriend's house 4 days out the week in Conyers, that I shouldn't be able to serve on jury duty in Fulton County, even though that's where I pay taxes, even though that's where I pay, you know what I mean? That's where my legal residence lie. Like, it's little small technicalities. That's what this is. Small technicalities. Okay? Am I live on both channels? Oh, Lord. I didn't even notice that. Well, we're going to go with the move. I didn't even notice that, but we're going to go with the move. I had no clue. Well, girl, hold on. Let me monetize the other channel. I didn't even know I was live on both channels. Well, y'all come on in here. Come on in here, girl. Welcome to the Morning Jokes. Dollhouse people, I don't normally be rocking with y'all like this, but since y'all here, come on in. Be quiet. Sit down. Okay. This is normally not your bag, but since you're here, welcome on in. Welcome on in. This is normally not your bag, girl. So come on in, sit down, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. You feel me? If you feel like, this is a bit much and you're ready to come back for the baddies, I'm here for it. Go ahead on, exit quietly. You don't have to make an announcement. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, where was I going? I think that if the boy is actually paying taxes in in New York, it don't matter where he lives. If he lives here, there, anywhere, it don't matter. Okay? It don't matter. You know what matters? What matters is he's able to be there and be a juror, and he's legally a resident of the place. But I think that's what they're doing. So let's get into that. And then we got to get into who else they got the call of the stand, and then the paralegal and all that stuff. So it says, the jury has shown messages of how Diddy's staff planned freak-offs for him and Cassie. Various messages show Diddy's former assistant and former chief of staff, Christina Coram, discussing getting $4,000 in cash, adding an escort name to the hotel room, and the need to re-up on baby oil. Let's start here really quickly. So they're trying to prove, I'm telling you right now, how they're trying to prove the RICO. Normal RICOs have involved money, meaning a profit, meaning normally I'm using coins, bags, money to fuel this ring of whatever it is illegal thing that I'm doing, and it's going to make me more money. That's a normal average RICO. But the government has been able to just redefine RICO however they please, depending on who they're coming after. Now, with Diddy's specific RICO, they're saying money isn't the motivation to cause the RICO. The motivation is fear. The motivation is abuse. This is why you're hearing all these people get on here and talk about how they've been beat up or witness abuse by Diddy. And if for the people who don't understand this, you don't have to be the person physically abused to be abused. You can witness someone else being abused, and then you can then in turn say you were abused as well. Welcome to the party, you're late. If you didn't know this, then welcome to the party, you're late. You don't have to get R-worded. You don't have to be M-worded. You don't have to be SA'd. You don't have to be SH. As long as you're there in the vicinity, in the witness place, when this thing happens, you too can say that you suffered the same situation. I don't know if y'all know this, but welcome to the party, you're late. You're welcome, okay? So what's happening here is with this RICO, even if you get people on the stand who say, well, he never touched me, but I did see him pop Cassie upside the head, that then is still a form of abuse toward whatever worker is saying it. Are we tracking? So when you're hearing a lot of people talking about all this violence, and I was saying it too, this ain't a DV case. This ain't a DV case. And it's not. And it's not making sense. But when you understand they've gotten rid of the money aspect as the motivation and inserted the violence as a motivation and or tool to use to make these people do what you want them to do, then it really does put you back in the realm of a RICO. Just not with money. Motivation is violence. Okay, even though every single person decided that they wanted to go, nobody's yet has testified that they were forced to go to any freak off. Not Cassie, not Jane Doe, not none of these folks. Ain't nobody yet came on here and say that they were put against their will and put in any of these freak offs. As a matter of fact, it seemed to me most of them want the freak offs more than Diddy. Okay? I think the problem is what they're trying to do is say what rich folks do all the time, which is travel with women and have sex all over different countries and worlds and do nasty, freaky, dog, funky stuff. They trying to say that that's illegal because technically, by technicality, you are bringing women across lines and y'all having sex and you paying people and you forcing this girl to do it because you're beating her. Does that make sense? So that's what's happening right here. But I haven't seen a victim yet. I'm still waiting on the victim. I don't see Cassie as a victim. Y'all do. I don't. I'm still waiting on a victim. Every single person, Cassie included, said they'll go back to Diddy tomorrow. Said that they still love Diddy. Said that they have all these wonderful things. After all of these stories of him picking bitches up by the titties, after him holding one foot in the air like Chun-Li and heel kicking bitches for 30 minutes straight on one foot, after this nigga blowing up houses and cars, after this nigga, you see what I'm saying? This nigga showing up like Marvel villains, appearing from backslide doors that nobody knew, trap doors from the floor, niggas just jumping up, opening doors, busting through, knocking on the door. Who is it? Room service. And then as soon as you open the door, dice like Kill Bill. Next thing you know, y'all in the middle of a samurai fight. After all of that, these hoes is still on here talking about, well, yeah, if he invited me, if he asked me to work tomorrow, then I definitely work there tomorrow. I mean, to be honest, yes, he's a horrible monster, but he's not that bad of a guy. I haven't seen a victim yet. I haven't seen one yet. Show me a victim. Show me one. I haven't seen one yet. Okay? And that's just my opinion, okay? Now, again, it's these technicalities that are going to get Diddy in jail because technically he is performing a RICO given the new definition that they're giving to us. Because they're redefining this thing depending on who they dealing with, okay? And I want to say this. This movie will be coming to a theater near you. Oh, yay. You won't go out of town with that nigga? You want to be the sugar mama, have your own money? You paid for. I'm just for the black women. You want to be the one with the money? I don't need no nigga for nothing. I'm going out of town, nigga. I got it. The vacation on me. Vacation on me. Cool. You and the nigga get flued out. Y'all go out of town wherever y'all go. Y'all bet not have sex. Because when y'all break up on Mad Day, he can go file charges on you and say you sex trafficked him. Then y'all gonna call a nigga a bitch ass nigga, hoe ass nigga. I'm gonna be right with you too. Hoe ass nigga, bitch ass nigga, puss ass nigga. It's gonna be me too. Don't get me wrong, but he gonna be well within his rights because we're clapping for this. This is what because by definition, almost every American is guilty of sex trafficking. Per definition, almost every American is guilty of sex trafficking. Stop me when I start lying. Per definition, almost every American is guilty of some form of sex trafficking. Period. I don't care if you married. I don't care if you single. I don't care. Per definition, almost all of us have been guilty of some form of sex trafficking. It was a time being flued out was a thing. Remember when city girls was coming out here saying, oh, I got flued out? It was a thing. Now it's a crime. It's coming to a theater near you. Watch. It's definitely coming to a theater near you. Watch. It's coming. Watch. Okay. For real, y'all think this shit a game. Watch. And you ain't gonna be able to say nothing about it because you basically was okay with it when it happened to this person or that person. All right, the jury is showing messages of how Diddy staff planned freak offs for him and Cassie. Now remember, the reason why they keep honing in on KK, because she's showing enterprise. Her, the former, the D-Rock dude, all of these people who automatically know what to do and how to just jump into whatever they need to make this freak off go. They're using them to say, see, they are proving enterprise. So that's why you see KK, D-Rock, and all them people keep mentioning. It says various messages showed Diddy's former assistant and former chief of staff, KK, discussing getting $4,000 in cash, adding an escort's name to the hotel room, and the need to re-up on baby oil. So what they're saying is if KK was booking a room, if KK was re-upping on baby Earl and making sure his name was on this, then the third, then that's a RICO. Or is it KK's job? Is it not KK's job to set up whatever Diddy got? Okay, this is just me. So then it goes into say, in other messages, Corm discussed hotel damage fees, saying your damage charges on the hotel are always high. Separate messages show discussions about buying drugs from a drug dealer they called Guido. It says, KK, Puff, can you text Fob what you need him to pick up before his flight to Miami? Diddy, Molly, 15 pills. Now, we all know they crackheads around there. Text messages were also observed showing that D-Rock, Diddy's security guard, reached out to check on him after Cassie's lawsuit. D-Rock, I need to hear your voice, bro. I love you. D-Rock? Diddy, thank you for checking on me. I really appreciate you. Love you. That was November 19th. Jury sees messages of Diddy attempting to reach out to Mia, his former assistant and accuser who testified in the case in 2024. D-Rock to Diddy. Hey, bro, she hit me back. I'm trying to call her now. This is February 2024. Diddy, let me know when you reach her. Diddy to Mia. Hey, Mia, it's Puff. Let me know when you get 10 minutes to talk. Love. I'm surprised they didn't tell us stay in the light. Then it goes on and says, Diddy to Mia 3 days later. Hey, I don't want to be blowing up your phone. Just need to talk to you for about 10 minutes. Just need my memory jogged on some things. You were my right hand for years, so I just speak to you to remember who was even around me, and it would be good to hear your voice. But if you don't want to, all good, just let me know. Love, hope you're well. And then the defense began their line of questioning where Tenny Garagos gets, and it says Tenny Garagos gets the paralegal specialist. Wait, before we go there, let me back up. So if you can go back to these messages that he was given between KK and D-Rock, what they're trying to say is, remember, violence is used as the motivation, and the RICO is the enterprise is supposed to be KK and D-Rock. This is why everybody getting on the stand talking about how they either got beat up or witnessed violence, and then they always bringing up KK and D-Rock. So basically what they're saying is because Diddy is back and forth texting them on how to prepare drugs, Baby Earl, hotels, whatever, or even D-Rock checking up on him. What they're saying is those two people are the enterprise along with Diddy. But the fact of the matter is, if this is actually a RICO, then everybody who's testified is a part of that RICO, that enterprise. If we're really and truly going to be honest and really be cool with about the real situation about this situation, let me tell you something. Everybody who has testified is a part of that damn enterprise. That's why they all getting in. That's why they all getting immunity. This is why they are all getting immunity. So is KK that bad of a person? Is she any worse than Cassie? Is KK any worse than Cassie? This is a real question. Is Cassie any worse than KK? Because they all, as a collective, if we're going to call this thing an enterprise, let's go with the move. As a collective, they all had to come together to make this work. Not just KK, not just D-Rock. And they all played a part. So then my question is, why is it KK getting a bad rep and not the rest of these people? I find that funny. Now, the defense begins their line of questioning. Tony Garagos gets the paralegal specialist to confirm that D-Rock mentioned Mia's phone rang as if she were out of the country, and also that there are no records showing Combs called Mia after the above messages, okay? It says various messages from Jane, who previously testified in the case, were reviewed. One message from around Valentine's Day in 2022 showed Jane telling KK she was excited to surprise him. Different messages from 2023 showed Jane resisting some plans and set up saying to KK, my answer to him is no, and it still is no, okay? Different messages from 2023 showing Jane resisting some plan set up. Okay, so Jane didn't want to do whatever it was he had set up that day. Then it goes on to say Special Agent Delisa Penland testifies that she was tasked with reviewing DAS and Special Agent Delisa Penland testified that she was tasked with reviewing data and charts, part of the investigation to make sure information was accurate. Prosecutor asked that agent to look over a flight records to belonging to Jules Theodore, one of the escorts Diddy and Cassie frequently hired for freak-offs, and text showed that Diddy messaged Jules about scheduling travel from New York to LA. The agent says, according to the messages, the meetup happened at the London hotel, sometime between December 11th and December 14th, 2009. Court should be resuming from lunch break shortly. Court is scheduled to end at 3 p.m. today. And that was today. It also goes on to say an invoice of almost $800 were reviewed in court from the Trump International Hotel after a hotel night with Cassie and Diddy was reviewed in court. The jury reviewed messages between Cassie and Diddy. Videos were also played under seal, meaning the jury could see and hear the footage, but not the members of the public. The jury was dismissed for the day. I want to add this too. They put in the headlines that there was an older lady who saw the tapes and they said she made a face. Duh. First of all, don't let old folks fool you like they wasn't the first freaks. Let's start that first. But they got older women who really are nice, genuine, good, clean, good girls. And those women might find some of the things appalling that they seen on the tapes. It is a freak off beyond our wildest imaginations. I would probably on the tape like this. I would probably be looking at the tape like this. You feel what I'm saying? I would be doing the same thing. I would literally be doing the same thing. So I don't think that was newsworthy, but it is what it is. Now they dismissed that juror. I'm hearing there's another jury they claim that they want to dismiss. I think it's a tit for tat. Now the black guy, the guy from Jersey who they dismissed, juror number 6, he's a black guy. They say he was 43 or 42, so around the Diddy era age. They say they got rid of him and replaced him with a 40 or 50-some-year-old white man. So that tells you there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we'll see how this works with this trial. But this trial has been birthing a lot of stuff. One thing that this trial has birthed is the 50 Cent drama. We all know that it has been rumored. I don't know it to be a fact, but it had been rumored that Jane Doe is 50 Cent baby mama. What's her name? Daphne Joy, allegedly. I don't know it to be fact. But anyway, allegedly Daphne Joy is the baby mama, and Daphne Joy is the Jane Doe of the case. But then recently, 50 Cent's first baby mama came out. Yesterday it was, and she had a few things to say. Now, 50 Cent first baby mama, that's the black girl. She had Marquise. Marquise is 28 or 29. Don't get me the line. He like 28 or 29. She was with 50 when he was, regular. With him at first. Now, according to her, she don't want nothing to do with 50. According to the baby mama said she don't want nothing to do with 50. She just wanted her son to live a good life or whatever the case may be. She said, but she don't have nothing to do. She didn't want nothing to do with 50. I don't know if I believe that necessarily. I don't know. I don't think she want to be with him now. Don't get me wrong. But I don't believe that the big fallout was because I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, because I remember her story. She came out years ago talking about how basically he had burned down her house. Apparently, he had burned down her house, and let me share the tab with y'all. And her son was in the crib. She said that he alleged that a nigga was in there, but she said wasn't no man in there. But apparently she was able to get the house in a divorce. It's a whole lot of stuff. I'm gonna be honest though. Do I think that she's telling the truth about whatever she suffered through? Possibly, probably, yeah. But I think two things could be true at the same time. I do think that she has damaged the relationship between her son and 50. Don't get me wrong. I think 50 has also damaged the relationship between him and his son. I think that both parents are at fault for why Marquise doesn't have a relationship with his father. Both parents are at fault. Both. Not just her, not just him. Both of them are at fault. Both of them. Both of them cared more about hurting each other than worrying about their child. Both of them, in my opinion. I've been off and on following this lady for a little minute, for some years now, and I will give her this. Her story has never changed. Her story has never changed. That I will give her, and that right there tells me that I believe the story that she's telling. People are wondering, well, why is she coming out now? Well, duh, it's the big trial. 50 been inserting himself. Why she can't insert herself? You see what I'm saying? So she done came out here. She's claiming that there's a real reason why Diddy and 50 is beefing. She said, and it's more than we know. Now, I told y'all I heard back in the gap it's because of the hurt, allegedly. Now, I don't know. She said she's going to explain it on the next live. We'll see. And but to be completely honest, does she really know why Diddy and 50 beefed out like that? Because they weren't together when all this was happening. Remember, her and 50 broke up real early. They were not together. So I don't know. I'm very, let's just get into some of the things she said. Oh, and another thing she said, on top of her saying that that's not why they getting into it behind Daphne and Will C. She also said that her son Marquise, when he was little, said that he didn't like Daphne for his daddy, that Daphne is not for him. A whole bunch of stuff. I watched her 45-minute live. I think it was with MREC TV, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry, y'all, but she did a 45-minute live and basically said she gonna come out here and expose 50 and expose her past. And honestly, I say kudos to her. 50 has always inserted himself in everybody else's stuff. And I'm not saying he right or wrong, but what I'm saying is now that the shoe is on the other foot, 50 gonna have to eat that. So now this girl coming out telling her story, and 50 better hope this don't pick up traction, because I've been telling y'all 50's next. If he ain't next, he got his day. Every dog has his day. And while 50 be laughing at everybody, ain't nobody in Hollywood's hands clean. Oh, yeah, I did hear that, Queen Kyra. Yes, on Mims. She did say that 50 slept with one of Diddy baby mamas. Oh, that was the other thing. She said 50 slept with one of Diddy baby mamas, and it wasn't Kim, and it wasn't, I want to say the Love Mama. I can't remember, but she said for sure it wasn't Kim. So they've been having this back and forth beef, baby mama, old lady beef for a long time. Because according to 50 baby mama, 50 slept with Diddy's one of his other baby mamas. So this is what they do. They go back and forth with this. This is above our pay grade, in my opinion. Let's get into some of what she had to say.
First time he hit me, I was pregnant with Marquise. Belly out to here.
Well, let me ask you. So Marquise, I'm pregnant with Marquise, so sitting 12 years. Why didn't you want to be?
Yes. She also said she was there the night he got shot. Thank you for bringing that up. Who was that? Put that in the chat. I can't remember, but yes, you're right. She did make mention that she was there the night 50 got shot. He did not get shot 9 times. He actually got shot 5 times. But for shits and giggles, S's and G's, and to throw a little razzle dazzle, a little something on there for us, he said 9. It was only 5. But I told y'all all of this stuff be smoke and mirrors anyway, because according to her, 50 wasn't even no big time drug dealer. She said he was a corner boy. Boo boo. That what she called him, boo boo, huh? Boo boo. Boo boo was a corner boy selling nickel bags. Yeah. He wasn't like in Get Rich or Die Trying. That girl said that nigga was on the corner selling nickel bags, 2 for 10, 3 for 20. Or something like that. 5 for 20 back in the day. That's how they used to be. They used to be 3 for 10, 5 for 20. They say Boo Boo, aka 50. They say 50 had all the nickel bags on the corner, allegedly. Just FYI.
Be with him. Just at this point, he's a famous rapper. Junior is clicking. He's a sex symbol in a sense because he's in great shape. Why wouldn't you want to be with somebody at that point in his career?
Because he was abusive. Well, he still is abusive. I'm just not in his presence, but he's abusive. Emotionally, physically, he's abusive. And the last straw for me was he hit me in front of my daughter. And I said, as a mother, if I allowed her to see him hit me and stay with him, what example am I setting for my daughter? And that's when that was it for me. It was.
Can I mention one other thing that it just dawned on me that she said? She was talking about when they had to flee the house when the house was burned down, and she said that they were in the home. She said it was her son. She said she couldn't sleep that night, and she stood up, and long story short, she heard something break, and then the house was on fire, right? Mind you, she does have an older daughter that 50 took on as his, I guess, or whatever the case may be. But either way, she said she got her kids and her sister, I want to say, and a family friend or whoever who was in the house. They got him out the house. She said she knew that 50 did it because he had just lost in court, and he told her basically, I'm going to get you up out of there, for lack of better terms. Either way, she believed that 50 did it. Now, her biggest gripe, and this bothered me a lot. One of her big gripes were when it was time for them to relocate and start over, all they had was the $6,000 that 50 Cent was paying in child support. And she said to regular people and average people, that's a lot of money. She said, but Marquise isn't average. Marquise having a father that he has, should be able to live lifestyles amongst his father. And I agree with that. I agree that if the daddy walking on gold, then the son should be walking on gold too. I just don't agree that the mother automatically should be walking on that same gold. And I think that's where she missed me a bit, because she's speaking about, first of all, to even sit here in 2025 and still look us as an audience in the eye in saying that $6,000 wasn't enough to start over a month free $6,000, free $6,000 a month wasn't enough for you to start over, girl. In the 2000s, are you insane? Are you insane? Right now, it probably wouldn't be a lot, but back in the early 2000s, are you okay? Girl, child support girl, back in the early 2000s, girl, you were rich. Free money. I'm not talking about your money you going to work for, whatever. I'm talking about just the child support. But that really put a sour taste in my mouth. And that made me feel like you saying Marquise deserved to be walking on water like his daddy. And I agree with you, but you don't. You don't. And I think that that's one, in my opinion, I think that that's one of her major problems, because once that house burned down, then it was all on her. She had to figure it out with the $6,000. And I think that she resented that. I think that she felt, I'm the one who was there for you. I held you down before you was 50 Cent, when you was just boo-boo and it was a corner boy. And if it weren't for me, X, Y, and Z and X, Y, and Z, and I'm here for it. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like she should be compensated for it. And I agree. I think she should be compensated for it. But it don't matter how you feel about it. It's just about what he want to do. And he didn't want to compensate you for it. And I think that's where a lot of bitterness come from with her. That's just me. I just wanted to add that in because I've been thinking about it and meant to tell y'all about that.
Was that and another incident with Marquise? So it was two incidents, but it was kind of close. And there was another incident with Marquise, Yale, and Banks used to have an apartment they used to share in Manhattan. And I went to pick 50 up from there. So Marquise told me that I guess like he had a girl there, like, you know, a girl that, he just told me something. So him and I got to an argument. He beat the mess out of me and then told Marquise, see, it's your fault. I had to whoop your mother's ass. So those were the two incidents for me that I said, no, it's time to go. When her office tried to contact me, hey, y'all, tried to contact me
Mia, they was in Georgia. When all that happened with the house burning down, he burned down the house in Georgia. So $6,000 in Georgia, she was rich. Not in New York. Shout out to New York. But in Georgia, in the 2000s, she was rich. She can go back. She was doing real well in the 2000s. With $6,000 a month, she was doing exceptional. She can go live amongst the clears. Okay? I'm just saying, in Georgia. That house he burned down, from what I remember, I thought it was in Georgia. Somebody said New York. I thought he had bought a house in Atlanta. I know they were staying in Atlanta. My memory might be messing with me, but I could have swore that the house that he bought her was in Atlanta. I could have swore. I could be wrong, though. But in Georgia, $6,000 is a lot.
Testify.
And if she couldn't make it work in New York, I'm sorry to tell y'all this, because y'all think paying high rent for shoe boxes is a badge of honor. And shout out to y'all if y'all want to live like Master Splinter. But if $6,000 wasn't enough in New York, she should have carried her ass down to the South. She got family down here, I'm pretty positive. Unless she Caribbean. If she ain't Caribbean, I'm pretty sure she got an auntie or uncle in the Carolinas, a grandma in Florida, an uncle in Georgia. You feel what I'm saying? A cousin in Virginia. Move around. Move around, nigga. I'm tired of y'all New York niggas. Y'all want to go. I'm tired. Niggas in New York want everybody to live like them. No, nigga, move. Hey, if it wasn't enough, make it enough. You feel me? That's a lot of money for the early 2000s. And I said what I said. That's a lot of money. Girl, that girl could have went got her a high-rise apartment in Atlanta. Shit, that bitch could have been sitting on top of the world in Atlanta in the early 2000s with $6,000 of free money. Have you lost it? Girl, please. Mississippi, shit, she done went down there and became the mayor, the governor. Hey, Mississippi, she would have had goddamn women putting flowers down on the ground when she walked. For $6,000 in the early 2000s, that bitch would have been getting sponge baths every morning by clear men with messed up teeth from meth. They'd have been coming up out of the water, washing the royal puss. Stop acting crazy. If it ain't enough in New York, make it enough. I'm tired of New York. I'm tired of y'all up there. Everybody don't want to struggle and spend $10,000 a month for a shoebox apartment. We tired. We like to be able to get up and stand in our apartment and run around. You know what I mean? One day we might want to be playing a little cat and mouse with our old man. We want to run from the living room to the kitchen. I don't want to be standing in the living room and the kitchen all together. You see what I'm saying? Y'all got to stop, New York. I'm tired of y'all. Y'all got to stop. Come on down. At this point, y'all already coming. Come on down. Y'all got to stop now. Make it enough. Shout out to New York, bro.
In that case, they contacted my child support attorneys for me to question me and to testify in Daphne Joy's domestic violence case, which I declined. Which I declined.
What made you decline?
As I'm a mother first and I'm a woman, but she, during the duration of the relationship with her and 50, she gave me so much shade and she was trolling me along with him. Like she thought she was superior. She thought her and her child were going to be superior to Marquise and I. So I said, I'll sit this one out. We all know the Diddy trial is going on and we all know my son's father is not happy with it. Like he's not happy. But what Daphne is doing is indicative to her character. It was so it's been rumored and known for years that she has been a pole girl from Vegas. Like that's known. That's known. And he knew that when he beat her up in California, which he seems like that's just so buried how he beat her up. It was a domestic violence case in California.
Wow. So according to her, she's alleging that 50 beat up Daphne Joy, but she said Daphne Joy ain't nothing but a pole girl. So I guess it sounds about right. She said he knew that when he met her. But you gotta look at that photo of Daphne and 50. Yeah, 50 Cent was 50 Cent. But 50 Cent wasn't the mogul that we know today when they dated. Yes, he was 50 Cent. Yes, he had done hung from the ceiling. He was in the club. I get it. However, if you look at the photo, you can tell a girl like Daphne was like, that was like his first start into like that bad bitch realm of the real ballers of Hollywood. Like now he's stepping into that lane. Now you about to start sharing bitches with LeBron in them. You see what I'm saying? He about to start sharing bitches with LeBron and Steph Curry and them niggas. You know what I'm saying? The ones who over here playing like they happily married. All them niggas about to start swapping spit. So it's different. And I think that him coming into a Daphne during that time, he probably thought she was the most gorgeous, beautiful thing. Perfect, can't do no wrong, don't matter what nobody said, don't matter what they say she is, I'm gonna be different because she's amazing. And then he saw real quick basically who she was. And to be completely honest, everybody in their mammy has come out in a roundabout way and have said that basically Jane Doe is Daphne Joy. Why do you think the baby mama is on this interview doing this doggone stuff about Daphne Joy? Everybody in a roundabout way has said that this is about Daphne Joy and she is Jane Doe. And they're saying, everybody's saying that everybody knew that Daphne was a hoe, a slut, and a freak. However, when it comes to niggas, only black women can come back from that. The racially ambiguous ones, the Blasians, the Clears, they have daytime and reset after every peen. Okay? So even though he knew she was ran through when he got her, because I'm pretty sure he knew that, because hell, Diddy knew it when he got her. Diddy knew it when he got her. That's why he said, they told me your ass was crazy. I should have listened to him. This is what Diddy said. I didn't say it. Diddy said it. So I'm pretty sure her reputation precedes her. But I'm pretty positive 50 was like, it's going to be different though. Like all them niggas do. And I'm pretty positive she sent him through there like she sending Diddy through there. Okay? Don't get me wrong. And then her bringing up the fact that she said Marquise was younger and seen Daphne and was like, oh, he's not from my father and woo, 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 woo. I'm just not buying that. I'm just not buying that this baby mama want to see him in a happily ever after relationship. I just don't buy that. Because I wouldn't if I were her. And maybe that's why I don't buy it. Because I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's my bias coming through. I don't know. But I just don't. But her, as far as her making it seem like, he, I feel like they both at fault for the reputation and the relationship between 50 and his son. She has brain fed and fed this boy so much stuff, because when I first heard him talk, he sounded like a 50-year-old woman. He sounded like a woman scorned. If any of you guys have ever heard Marquise talk, when he speak about his father and the relationship, he talk about stuff regarding the relationship between his mom and his daddy more than anything. It sounds like he's repeating what she was saying. For instance, if it was all about Diddy and his fatherhood, whenever Marquise speak, it wouldn't be nothing to do with the relationship between him and his mama. It'll be, whenever I try to call him, he don't pick up the phone. Whenever I text him, it might take him 10 days to text me back. I tried to hang with him. He said it would be that. It wouldn't be when I was 9, you hit my mama. You see what I'm saying? Or when I was 10, you cut off the child support and my mama had to figure out a way, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that we gonna live and die and this, that, and the third. And I'm just over here saying, it sounds like you're repeating what your mother has said. Because as a woman and as a mother, there's certain things I would be on the phone talking to my homegirls about. Bitch, this nigga done left me in this house with this baby. He done burned down the house. I don't know where I'm gonna go. Me and my child gonna have to figure it out. That's what it sounds like women do. So I do believe that she did brainwash him. Yes, she did. And 50 played his part by using the fact that she brainwashed him as a reason to separate and distance himself from his fucking identical twin. And that's why 50 going through a lot of the stuff that 50's going through. I hope y'all know it. 50 like to make play like everything's all cool on the home front. 50 is probably suffering because a person who don't do right by their children will never have luck and they will forever be cursed. Let's really be clear about it. For any circumstance, any parent who doesn't do right by their children will pay for it. They will receive their karma, and they will not deserve or get any luck or any blessings. You will not be blessed if you do not take care of your children. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. Period. Point blank. If you don't take care of your children, you will be cursed. You are cursed. Those type of people live the lives that it seems like they can't never get in the edgewise. As soon as they get this close to success, something happens. That's your curse. So let's really be clear. Don't be thinking that 50 is just living the gay old life and everything's fine and everything's great. You don't know what 50 dealing with behind the scenes, but everything he is dealing with, regardless to the baby mama, regardless to the son, is because you turned the back on your child. Not only your child, nigga, your doppelganger, nigga. That boy look more like you than you. And you turned your back on that boy, you'll never see luck. You'll never see, even your blessings will be cursed. And it's not just for 50, it's for all these niggas out here. Even your blessings will be a curse. Period, point blank. There's no way around it. It's not up for debate. It's not an argument. It's not but what if. It's no but voodoo. No none of that. Period, point blank. Even your blessings gonna turn into a curse. So take that information and do with it as you please. 50 ain't all that y'all claim him out to be. 50 ain't worth a dime neither. 50 and Diddy might be one and the same as far as I know. I don't know. Okay? I have no idea. But I do feel like both of them as parents completely messed up that little boy Marquise's. Well, he's a man because Marquise 29 years old. 29 years old. And I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be completely honest. And this going to sound bad, but I don't care. When she was talking about the violence that happened to them when Marquise was 2, I ain't going to lie. I was over here like, okay, girl. I'm not saying she got to get over it, but Marquise is 29 years old. Hello? Now, unless she on here just trying to drag 50, then I'm here for it. But girl, your baby's 20. You know? I ain't gonna lie. It crossed my mind, bitch. If that was the case, I got a few stories I won't get on here and tell, bitch. I remember this boy. We had made up fake names, and we had got a Motorola two-way pager, and we had got buku of them. My name was Katrina. I ain't gonna tell you my name because they might come get me. But anyway. So I remember we had these Motorola two-way pages, and this boy, now I had a boyfriend, but he had liked me, and he wanted to use my page, and I ain't let him. So he took and broke it in the middle of the street. And then when I got mad and was like, I wanted to fight him, my friends went to jump and help me fight him or to have my back. And he said, I'll knock all 3 of you bitches out. Bitch, I felt played. And he walked away. And that's not funny. But I got a story to tell if that was the case. Because that was about 28 years ago. I got a story to tell. That nigga broke my Motorola two-way pager. And that bitch was shattered a million pieces in front of the street. This was back when the two-ways was lit. Okay? Ex-soldier. Ex-Draco. He know. So for him to break my Motorola two-way pager, I can't call and get an insurance claim. I'm already lying and scamming. Okay? So if that was the case, I got a story to tell from 28 years ago. But either way, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I felt abused. That nigga said, say something, I'll punch all 3 of you bitches in the mouth. And I was like, look at my stupid ass. Then when he left, I looked at one of my friends. I said, bitch, we could have just jumped them. She was like, shit. I did. That was a time. That wasn't funny, but today's society, y'all don't want the boy in the electric chair. Today's society, y'all will be over there trying to hang the nigga at the stake at high noon. Back then, after he left, only after he left, we was laughing. After he left, we laughed. And they laughed at me because they was like, aha, bitch, he broke your two-way. Bitch, what you want me to do? I can't fight the nigga. The fuck? I never forget. His name was Yanni. I never forget Yanni. Yanni was chocolate. He had dreads. Ooh. And he always had nice clothes. He had his mama and them. I think his mama messed with drug dealers. Yanni, I know Yanni broke my two-way. You dirty bitch. But anyway, I'm getting off subject. But yeah, if that was the case, I got a story to tell. But so I kind of was just like, you know, but it's good to hear the dragging of 50, and I'm here for it. But I'm gonna keep my ears open to this because she claims she knows why 50 and Diddy is really beefing, and according to her, it's not why any of us think. And I'm really curious to know what this is about or what she's going to say. So I will keep my ears peeled to that today. Okay. Now we got to get into the final story. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please. It's literally free. It's literally free to get the likes up on the video. Esther Messiah, thank you for being a member for 11 months. One time for Choco, the real African. Yes, shout out to Choco, girl, on Baddies Africa. Baby Choco came in there and beat the brakes off of Diamond Body, didn't she? Girl, beat the brakes off of Diamond Body. Diamond said, this bitch fighting me like she fighting for her land. I said, you know what? Shout out to DTB. Miss Kitty, thank you for being a member for 12 months. Hey, boo. I was on the verge of putting out an APB on you. So glad to see your lovely face today. Thank you so much. Sorry about that, y'all. I had got caught up in cutting grass yesterday, and I had to finish cutting grass this morning. That's why I was late. But I got caught up on some stuff, so my bad, y'all. My apologies. MOB, thank you for being a member for 13 months, says, hey, Acorn, boo, you are live on both channels. Thank you for telling me that, because I had no clue. But since y'all here, come on in, get the likes up on both channels, honey. Fish and Bread, thank you for the super chat. Sorry. Says, oh, nothing. Thank you for being becoming a member. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Fish and Bread. Belinda Scipio, thank you for the super chat. I'm sorry. Thank you for being a member for 14 months. Says they worked the juror. They wanted the juror gone. Miss you, Voodoo. Yeah, I think they wanted that juror gone because that's the juror, if I could recall, that's the juror that Armand was saying was Team Diddy. Remember, not just Armand. I think I heard a couple of other content creators talk about how it was one juror you can tell was Team Diddy. And from what I'm hearing, juror number 6 was that juror. And if that's the case, then it makes sense, okay? But that's what they were saying, that juror number 6 is the one that was Team Diddy. Outside the Box, thank you for the super chat, says, can you pull up the DOJ's initial reading of charges against Puff from last year? Where would I find it? If somebody can send it to me, I don't mind. TL, thank you for becoming a new member. If somebody can send it to me, I have no issues with doing that. And thank you for the super chat. All this time, I thought I was a damn member on both of the channels. I was today years old when I realized I wasn't. Love you and support you down to the ground. Now let me go back to work, girl. Yes. Thank you so much for the super chat, TL, and thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you. Thank you. Kiki31, I love it here. Thank you so much for being a member for 4 months. I'm just trying to get rid of some of these super chats so we can go through this Georgia couple. Okay. Divine Empress, thank you for the super chat, says, and sadly, if the son picks up 50's hate, it could turn into a generational curse. So bad. Yes, it will. Most of the times it will. And unfortunately, even if he don't want to be like his daddy, it's certain things he gonna pick up from his daddy. It's just life. It's the way it is. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks, but it is what it is. It's certain things, even the bad things, he's going to pick up from. A lot of us have a parent or parents that we be like, I do not want to be like that. But then a lot of times we find ourselves picking up same habits and doing certain things, and it grinds us or it gets us upset. That's what's going to happen with Lil Curtis. If you ask me. The Patrice Project, thank you for the super chat, says, Miss Juvu, I was bored working without you. Why is there no condom use in Hollywood? It's disgusting. Didn't Usher settle with that lady who said he gave her herpes? Yep. How now? Where's my nephew Saint? Girl, he over there on the couch. Don't say his name too loud. Oh, he didn't move. Oh, but as far as why is there no condoms in Hollywood? Because it interferes with the sex rituals. If there are condoms, then you interfere with the ritual. See, the ritual is all about fluids, body, like, you know, and stuff like that. And you need unprotected sex in order to perform said rituals. I just told you, most of the people, most of these sex situations that we see, and a lot of that stuff are ritualistic. Okay. And I think that that's the reason why they don't use condoms. Plus, they nasty. And they feel like I'm a celebrity. I can't get, or I won't get. And as we are seeing, just like you said, allegedly some girl settled with, what's his name? Usher, claiming that he gave her the herpes. That's crazy work. But that goes to show you, because I'm not going to lie. I think a lot of us, not all of us, but I think a lot of us at some point of view or at some point in time felt like celebrities had this layer of protection over them that regular people don't. Like, for instance, when you heard about the scare of HIV and crack and all that stuff, you didn't rarely see celebrities like dealing with that. That was nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the nigga around the corner, he caught AIDS. Or the nigga up the street, he smoked crack. Actual celebrities wasn't doing that. That is why when Whitney Houston did her her interview, what's the first thing she said? Crack. Ew, crack is whack, because it was beneath them. But the fact of the matter is that was the first open curtain we got to understanding that these celebrities are just like us. They don't have that invisible layer of protection that we believe they have because they celebrities. And we all to some degree have or think like that. You know what I mean? So I see why a lot of these girls don't have no problem sleeping with these celebrities unprotected, because they think, okay, they're choosing from a smaller pool of women. It's just them. You know what I mean? They not in here with all the diseases and all that stuff. They should be more safer. Girl, the lies you tell. The lies you tell. It just don't always work out like that. It just don't. It truly don't. Unfortunately. But all these coincidences is with the herp, Usher allegedly being settled out of the court, and allegedly coming up on Diddy, and allegedly Diddy them having it, and allegedly Diddy them and Cassie gave it to Adi, and allegedly Cassie had it in the mouth and the cooch. All these coincidences around this herp. Okay, y'all can take that information and do with it as you please. Outside the box said, I just sent it to your Instagram. Let me go see. You said you just sent in. Hold on. Where did you send it? I saw this so sad. Did you send it in the group chat? Let me see. Oh, here we go. All right, let's read the original charges for Diddy, or let's get into it.
And streaming like a star was as simple as hitting record. With Riverside, it's just that. Riverside makes the
that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers.
You see, remember I told you in this particular RICO, they're not saying that money is the motivation. That's why they're not worried about a profit. What they're trying to say is Diddy used violence to coerce and force these people into these freak-offs. They're saying that there's an enterprise there and Diddy's in charge of it. And basically what he's doing is, instead of paying them and incentivizing them to do these things on their own, he's forcing them through violence. That's why everybody on the stand coming on here talking about how he done knocked their head between the washing machine and dryer, or they seen them do it to somebody else.
Some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs.
See?
And that Combs hit.
Don't let that part go over your head. This is what they're trying him on. They're saying that's why the violence is a big key here. They're saying the violence is what was used to make these people do that. He's going to say it right here. Check it out.
Abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs.
Hold on, let me back him up a little bit.
And that Combs emotional and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the. And he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs.
He subjected the women with mental, emotional, and physical abuse. Physical is the people he laid hands on. Mental and emotional is everybody. You see what I'm saying? And they're saying the violence is what's used to push this RICO.
And that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim in a Los Angeles hotel when the victim was attempting to flee. As alleged, these assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims, which took days or weeks to heal. In addition to the violence, the indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the freak-offs. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims. And the indictment alleges that he maintained control over the victims in several ways, including by giving them drugs, by giving and threatening to take away financial support or housing, by promising them career opportunities, by monitoring their whereabouts, and even by dictating their physical appearance. Because of all of this, the indictment alleges that the victims did not believe they could refuse Combs without risking their security or facing more abuse. The indictment also alleges other acts of violence undertaken by Combs and others, including violence against witnesses to his abuse, kidnapping, and arson. The indictment alleges that on more than one occasion, Combs carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten victims and witnesses. Now, Combs did not do this all on his own. As I mentioned, Combs has been charged with RICO conspiracy. He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way.
Sorry about that, y'all. So they're laying out the charges on what they're indicting him on, and that was it for the video. But they laid out the charges of what it was, and we didn't pay attention to it the way that it's being said. But basically, violence is the catalyst for this RICO, and they're trying to say that the enterprise is Diddy, KK, and D-Rock. That's the enterprise. And violence is the catalyst. And this is what he's using to force these people into these freak-offs. Now, I think that some people say it is a RICO. Some people say it ain't. Honestly, I haven't seen one person be forced yet. I haven't seen one person be forced into a freak-off yet. But neither here nor there. It is what it is. Let's get to this Georgia couple. We just got to keep our eyes on it. We just got to keep our eyes on it. And that's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up, Simeon. Not only is there no evidence that Diddy blew up the car, there's still no evidence that Diddy was even in his house. Yes, Diddy was at the house. That, yes. But we still haven't had any proof that Diddy was in the house or that Diddy blew up the car. We have not proven that yet. I get it. People are saying hearsay, but there has not been anything if I'm a juror, that proves to me that he blew up the car. I haven't seen it yet. Do I think he was there? Hell yeah. Do I think he did it? He probably did it. But I don't have, beyond a reasonable doubt, something in front of me that tells me that he did this. I just don't. But do I think he did it? Yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah, I think he was there. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I think he was there. Without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it goes. We got to move into this Georgia couple. So, y'all, it's been crazy. It's been a crazy time, y'all. The internet and the world is in shambles, okay? And let me tell you why. So, there's this couple on the internet that went live. And they went live basically exposing each other. Or at least that's how I took it. The guy came on originally to expose the girl. Now, this ended up, obviously, unfortunately, this ended up in both parties being deceased. Both parties were deceased after this incident. And this goes to show us about social media, clout, and how this stuff can really go terribly wrong, and how also unhealed and unwell people should not be in relationship with anybody. I don't care if it's sexual. I don't care if it's friendship. If you are unhealed and unwell, you do not need to be in relationship with anybody. That will not solve your problems, baby. It will only make things worse because you have real work to do on yourself. And I'm saying this for anybody. Okay? That's just me. I'm saying it for anybody. Unwell and unhealed people should not be in relationship with nobody. So anyway, where were we going? So Shamarcus and Zaria Card, Those are the names. So this couple goes live, and I'm gonna just give you a brief synopsis of what all was said during this live. Now, I had to watch it a few times. It's been a lot going on with this. People are saying that it's been gay rumors, but I didn't see anything or hear anything gay. The brother came out and basically said that it had nothing to do with gay rumors. And honestly, I think that's what some black women go to is, oh, he had to be gay, he coming home from jail. But to me, it gave me a bunch of street stuff that was happening that this girl was doing that was putting herself in a large amount of danger. And let me say this. A lot of the times in New Orleans, in the world, in America, in Black America, a lot of the times when you see these young girls being unalived, not all the time, but a lot of the times they unalived for being involved in a lot of street stuff, okay? Some girls like to be messy with the street stuff. And that is the most dangerous thing you can ever do. In the words of the prophet Juvenile, he said, a bitch will get you killed. That's the way I think. From some old bitch ass nigga trying to receive my bank. That's what the prophet Juvenile said. And let me break that down for you in this particular situation. This boy here, Shamarcus, just come home from jail. According to Shamarcus, before he met Zaria, he always had money. He came up on a settlement in jail, and where he was taking care of Zaria while he was locked up. Okay? Now, according to him, they both cheated. They were both cheating. According to him, she would cheat, he would cheat. According to him, while he was locked up, he had pen pals, but she was actually out here jugging, getting popped. Mind you, just like most black people, you can't do much outside your proximity. So it seems to me the niggas she was cheating with and skeeting on was niggas he either knew or knew of. Everybody knew who all these people was, okay? So now he comes home from jail. The girl done been taking care of the girl. They obviously toxic. The brother had came out and said that basically they were both so toxic that they would get into arguments and fights. And if you would jump in to try to break it up, that both of them would turn on you. This is what his brother said. Okay? He said that it was just a very toxic, disgusting relationship. Everybody in his family wanted him to leave her. They over there dabbling and dibbling in witchcraft, doing love spells. Y'all don't get it, but anyway. Doing love spells on each other. Both admitted to being into the witchcraft. Her aunt and friends and family putting spells on him. He said they put a root on him. He couldn't get no more money. But the whole time he's online talking about how she got the herp from some niggas that he know. And she said, but what's the big deal? When you found out about it, what you did? Licked all on the herp. I said, oh my God. So the nigga had to retract from saying she got the hurt to hell. We probably got the hurt. Because this nigga licking all on the hurt bumps. I ain't never loved nobody that much. I just ain't never seen it. Okay? So on top of her getting the hurt, mind you, they got a kid or at least kids together. Okay? So and on top of him licking on the herp, she found out he was cheating too. But this is where it gets very dangerous. This is where that street shit and women come in and shit get real dangerous. And you wonder why people be dropping boxes in the ground. So apparently, according to her, he was cheating on her with his ex-homeboy's baby mama. Now, apparently, and this is just me guesstimating. If I'm wrong, charge it to the game. I'll come back and retract. But according to what I understood, him and his partner used to be cool or best friends or whatever. They not cool no more. She calling it sliding and squeezing. Those are the terms they use. That must be some Georgia stuff. But we all niggas. We can kind of guesstimate what they be saying with how they say it. Okay? So according to her, he was trying to slide his ex-friend's baby mama. That tells me he was trying to smash the ex-friend baby mama. According to her, the wife, She the one called the ex-friend and say, hey, by the way, watch your bitch, because my husband is over there sleeping with her. This right here can turn deadly. That within itself can have everybody unalive. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? To call some, I get it when you mad. I get it. I'm here. I can't even sit up here and say I ain't never did nothing that probably could have ended up with me unalive. What I'm saying is when you do things out of emotion and you do things like that, that could end up with not only him being unalive, her, you, and everybody else. Everybody else. Mind you, both of them still cheating and they both allegedly have the herp. So she done called the boy and told the ex-homeboy that my husband is sleeping with your baby mama. Now, mind you, they in close enough proximity to where he's seen her, or you know what I'm saying, around them and whoop the whoop, or whatever the case may be. So that tells me that if the boy felt some type of way, because it's never necessarily about the woman, it's the principle of it all. Same thing we was dealing with 50 and Diddy. It's never necessarily specifically about the woman per se. It's the principle. That's mine. How dare you? That could have got her husband unalive right then and there. Because off the string of you was supposed to be my friend, and I get it, we beef, and then you're going to turn behind me and mess with my baby mama. And then he felt like because she was talking to the ex-homeboy, who she ratted on him for, he felt like she was messing with him too. It was a big conundrum. And the girl kept saying, I'm not messing with him. Only thing I was telling him was that you was trying to slide his baby mama. Now, on top of that, this is crazy. On top of her telling him that, yeah, I told your ex-friend that you was trying to sleep with his baby mama. On top of that, she's literally sitting up there admitting out loud, yeah, I got herpes, and yeah, I be cheating. Yes, I cheat. I cheated. I cheat all the time. He talked about how a nigga was in his crib, bro. A nigga was in his house with his wife. Let that sink in. He come home and it's a nigga in his house. And she kikiing and laughing. Oh, well, Kiki. Oh, well, Kiki, you cheated. Oh, well. Two unwell people should not be in relationship. Two unwell people should not be in relationship. Both of them, to me, seem unwell. Both of them. Because how the hell she cheat on you and go get herpes and bring it back to you and you licking on the herpes? It'd be one thing if I gave it to her. But bitch, you cheated on me and found this somewhere and then you gonna come bring it back to me and now I'm supposed to kiss and lick on it. Have you lost your rabbit? Whole time they back and forth arguing down. It's so much stuff happening. He keep telling her, leave me alone, get off my life, go do your own thing. But she just insisted. And let me tell this to black women, and let me say this right now. Everybody ain't playing with you, black women. Everybody not playing with you. Everybody is not gonna not kill you. Some people will kill you. Let's just say the quiet part out loud, black women. Some men will kill you. Yes, even the men you love, some of them will kill you. Y'all be thinking this shit is a game, and I don't quite understand. And instead of y'all getting on here and using this as a teachable moment and saying, yo, in the future, we need to teach young girls not to do X, Y, and Z, y'all really on here saying that anybody say other than she was a victim, that they victim blaming. Y'all is crazy. But let me tell you something. I have a daughter. I can't tell you about yours, but I got one. I got a child. I got a daughter. And I'm going to teach my daughter how to stay away and maintain her safety around stuff like this and to get away from stuff like this and not put yourself in situations like this. Because this ain't about man versus woman. This ain't even about the gender wars. This is about sometimes y'all motherfuckers gotta sit the fuck down. Unless you want to lose your life. Now, what you want to do? You want to be a dead victim or a live victor? What you want? Because there's no way. Y'all letting this internet fool y'all with real life. Do you want to be a dead victim or a live victor? This is a real question. Because y'all want to make it seem like a lot of black women on the internet like to make it seem like anything that happened to a woman is automatically everybody else's fault except a black woman. Sometimes her antagonizing him, and he told her twice, I'm going to kill you. Twice he said it. Bitch, how many times he got to tell you that? I'm going to tell my daughter when a nigga tell you the first time to get the hell on. But y'all want to make her to be the victim so bad that you can't see that, hey, the nigga saying he gonna kill you, girl, you might want to leave. Because that's what I would have called my sister. Bitch, get out of there. That nigga gonna end up killing you and my niece or nephew. No. But y'all don't, but we live in a society now where if you say that, you victim shaming. Oh, I can't believe you would say that to her. So she should leave? Yes. Do the bitch want to live or no? Yes, she should leave. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, she should leave. Are y'all okay? Are y'all insane? Yes, she should leave. And anybody tell you otherwise want to see you dead. Period. Yeah, he picked up the knife. The nigga picked up a whole butcher knife. And she said, are you going to stab me and kill me on live? And he was like, go ahead on, go ahead on. That's another thing too, Ryan. The dumbass friend on the phone egging it on. Girl, this nigga here, girl. Girl. And look at, yeah, girl, because this nigga, and look at the girl on the phone. Girl, I busy, girl, what he say, girl? Girl. Egging your friend on to her fucking last breath. Y'all are insane. Egging your friend on to her last breath. I hope that shit haunt the friend for the rest of her life. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I hope that shit haunt her for the rest of her life. Y'all got to stop, black women. Unless you want to make it, you got to stop. If you don't want to make it and be a dead victim, then that's one thing. But if you want to make it, y'all got to stop. You have to. And stop getting with these weird, unwell ass niggas. So I'm going to play a little bit of the live. Okay. Now, mind you, after he unalived her, they said the police came in, found her unresponsive. She did leave a message saying that she wanted to be around for her children and she's afraid for her life. But after that, he ended up going on the run in her car. The police found him and he ended up unaliving himself. Okay. So both of them are unalived right now. Okay. Both of them are gone today. So there are children running around here without two parents because ignorant shit. Let's get into it. Get the likes up on the video, y'all.
In Emmanuel County, around 9:30 last night, the Twin City Police Department and Emmanuel Sheriff's Office say they were called to Fifth Avenue about a domestic disturbance. Deputies.
I got to die by that. You saw my shit. Damn, bitch. I got to die if I tell what happened. Give me my phone. That's crazy, y'all. I ain't really die by it, so y'all won't know that tea right now. Mark done got quiet. Where he at? He right here. He getting mad. He don't like the truth coming out.
Do my thing.
He just said I got all my tattoos from
She get pregnant. So I fuck around.
I got what?
And cheat while she was pregnant. First time cheating. I went in home about.
That was your first time, nigga.
About a year.
Pay $100 for phone, never won't pay no bills.
So again, she saying that, but I was paying bills when I wasn't even staying here from prison.
Well, you didn't pay when you stay here, shit.
The motherfucker got there had the nerve to try to validate her cheating with me inboxing girls and shit when I'm in prison. Shit, I needed a pen pal. You feel me? So,
I want the pen pal. What you mean?
So she validated that while she around here getting fucked. Okay, so I come home, back to the point. She get pregnant. My daughter, a lot of y'all done seen on my page. I get caught up cheating. So she calling my phone. She calling my phone. So she come and tell me, "Oh, I'm cooking lasagna, my boy." So I go through the messages and shit, see her telling him, "Oh, I'm gonna call you back. I'm on the phone with his mama and all this shit here."
Yeah,
like, now remind you,
this
this is a nigga that used to damn run with me. Woo, woo,
He
woo.
used to run
Long
with
story
you
short.
bitch first.
Long
You
story.
tried Maya first.
Long story. Bitch, what the fuck they give you the right to go fucking?
I ain't fucking with you.
See, pause. This that street shit. Now, what he's saying is his ex-homeboy, his ex-partner, who he used to be real close with, apparently she caught him trying to sleep with the ex-friend's baby mama. Okay? So now they are so unwell and toxic together. Her get back is, bet, well, I'm going to talk to the baby daddy. Now, in his mind, she slept with the baby daddy, with the ex-friend. But according to her, she didn't. But honestly, did she? Who knows? Who knows? So, but this is real street shit, because if he a street nigga and his partner a street nigga, that right there within itself could have got both of them unalived. And even the other girl. It's disgusting. It's nasty. It's disgusting. And they got herpes. So they over there sleeping and cheating like Diddy and them passing out the herp. Both of them. So she throwing that cross with him and the ex-friend, that could turn deadly within itself with some real niggas. With some steppers. That was out of pocket. Y'all got to stop throwing these crosses with these niggas. Even if you thought he was messing with his ex-best friend or lady. Man, you got to... I'm not going to get in between that. Bros before hoes. Them niggas might get back cool with me and this nigga on Mad Day. Hell no. So now they arguing about that.
You fucked her.
Okay,
I didn't fuck
so what? They give you the right to go talk to him.
No, I didn't.
Okay,
You
so
slide
shut the fuck up.
him. You slide
So
him.
it's your job to
And I
correct.
told.
It's your correction. You told.
You slide him and I told him. I said, why fucking your bitch?
Okay. Again, so she telling him.
That white never text me.
She telling him,
You keep telling everybody trying to vouch like, oh, he did some fucked up shit to you. And you did it to him.
I'll be back, y'all. You keep running your mouth and beat your ass now.
You did.
Keep running your mouth. I told you sit back in the damn audience. Again, she don't talk, and I beat her ass. This is why I'm trying to get you. I'm finna get to the whole nitty gritty. She don't want me to tell the story.
Nah, boy, you beat my ass when I was pregnant. I hadn't even talked to nobody. Okay, so stop lying.
This the type of bitch that get beat. Long story short.
So he admitted to beating her. He said, yeah, I beat her ass. He said, but this is the type of bitch to get beat. She said, you beat me when I was pregnant. He said, and this is the time. Remember, I'm going to show you the brother who said that this is what they do. This is the toxic love. See, y'all, a lot of the Christianimals thought that shit with Blueface and Christian was cute. But this is where it ends, okay? So now the family, they're basically saying that that's all they did was fight. And if you tried to break it up, then they would doggone fight you. They would team up together to fight you. So this is what they did. So it seemed like a lot of people just stepped out of it. But it got too toxic to the point where this man now has unalived this girl. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know for sure that he was planning on unaliving her when he went live. I don't get that out of him. I think as the live progressed, then he was just like, I'm going to kill this bitch. But I don't think that he went live with the intent. It doesn't seem to me like he went live with the intent to air her out and then kill her. It kind of gives me, I'm about to show y'all that I'm not the bad guy she making me out to be. But as it went on, it turned into, yeah, I'm about to get you up out of here. That's what I think. Because it don't look like his mannerisms or anything as if unless he's just crazy. I don't know.
Sure. So, this is a nigga, like I said, I used to run with. This is a nigga used to call me, hey, big bro, I got this going on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shit, bro, I'm on whatever you on. Long story short, the nigga was.
You tried his bitch.
Say something.
You tried his bitch.
Say something in my life, bitch. Sit back and listen.
Oh, you finna stay at me?
Sit back and listen.
Are you finna
So
he went and grabbed a knife because he's saying that his friend hit him up and was like, bro, what you own? I'm hearing about my baby mama, or whatever the case may be. He was like, and they had the conversation back and forth. She's in the background saying, but you tried his bitch. Basically, how you gonna be mad at him when you tried his baby mama? But then he literally turns around and grabs a knife, and she said, oh, you gonna stab me? So he done already told her he gonna beat her ass. Now he grabbing knives. Let's get back into it.
Again, she don't talk, and I beat her ass. This is why I'm trying to get you. I'm finna get to the whole nitty gritty. She don't want me to tell the story.
Nah, boy, you beat my ass when I was pregnant. I hadn't even talked to nobody, bitch. Okay, so stop lying.
This the type of bitch that get beat. Long story short. So, this is a nigga, like I said, I used to run with. This is a nigga used to call me, hey, big bro, I got this going on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shit, bro, I'm on whatever you on. Long story short, the nigga was.
You tried his bitch.
Say something.
You tried his bitch.
Say something in my life. Bitch, sit back and listen.
Oh, you finna stab me?
Sit back and listen.
Are you finna stab me? He lied, though.
If I get off this line, you ain't gonna make it out the door. And I'm gonna do it to you. So the best thing for you to do is shut the fuck up and listen to the line.
He said, if I get off this live, you ain't gonna make it out this door, and I'm gonna do it to you. So the best thing for you to do is shut the fuck up and get off my live. She should have got the fuck, even if she missed the first 10 doggone clues that this man ain't playing. She should have got the hell on. Standing behind him, antagonizing a man who's already on the edge, you are committing suicide. There's no wrong. I don't care about who was the aggressor. I don't care about none of that. Y'all can argue the semantics on the internet about who was right and who was wrong. Y'all can do that. I'm not doing it. But when that nigga said, when he put that phone down and said, if I hang up this live, you not gonna make it out that door and I'm gonna do it to you, she should have shut the fuck up and got the hell on. And any woman tell you differently want to see you dead. You cannot control the actions of others. You have no control over what another motherfucker gonna do. So in order to make sure you're safe, you should probably take yourself out of that situation so that you won't end up in something like this. But toxic, disgustingly human so-called women will tell you because you're right, you shouldn't have to leave. Well, good. Now we burying your dumb ass. Now we burying you. She should have got the hell on. The nigga done picked up a knife. The nigga done told her he was going to beat her again, admitted to beating her not only once, but even while she was pregnant. He done told her how many times I'm going to beat the fuck out you, and she's still in the background. Y'all are insane. Y'all are crazy. I'm a woman, and I probably would have wanted to put hands on her. Shut the fuck up. And I'm a woman. Not saying that she deserved what she got, because this young lady does not deserve being killed. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we need to use this as a learning tool. Instead of trying to go back and forth with these unstable niggas that we want to be with, instead of going back and forth with these unstable niggas, how about we talk to each other and teach each other how to get ourselves out of those situations so that we can make it home to our children? How about that? How about sometimes shutting the fuck up, even if you feel played about it? Sometimes shutting the fuck up could save your life as a woman. Has anybody ever thought about that? Sometimes as a woman, shutting the entire fuck up can save your life. Has anybody ever thought about that? Just not saying nothing could literally spare your fucking life. This is a nigga who beat her when she was pregnant. I don't put nothing past this nigga. The moment that nigga tell me shut the fuck up, bitch, I am zipped lipped. Are you okay? Girl, wait till you leave. Call your home girl. Oh, bitch ass nigga, hoe ass nigga. Do all of that. I'm here for it. But shut the fuck up. You about to die, bitch. And you know what type of nigga you got because she even spoke about a little bit, but she even kind of hinted at the fact that he's had a murderous, violent past. So you know what you got. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Everything don't cause for a response. I get it. I'm a woman. Sometimes the mouth just go and our brain can't stop it. I get it. I'm a woman. But in situations where things can turn deadly, sometimes just not saying anything will literally save your life. I'm just saying. I'm not saying all the time. But there are some times that just shutting up can literally save your life. And I believe that if this girl had left any one of these times, he had told her, leave him alone about that live, I believe that they would still be here. Now, for how long, I don't know. For how long, I don't know. But I believe if she had just allowed him to get on this live, and even if he lying through his teeth, if she had allowed him to get on his live and let him do this whole live, I believe she would still be here today. I do. She antagonized this situation from the moment he pressed live. He already on 10. He already mad. He already feeling some type of way. I'm pretty sure his past few recent years done played in the back of his mind. He already feeling played. And here you go. And here you go. Just chill, bro. You want to live. I want my black women to live. Just chill. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes read the room, read the person, and just chill. Give him that time. Let him get on live and say whatever he wants to say. Girl, go live tomorrow and debunk it. Who cares? But let's be safe enough to make it home, or at least to make it back to our children. And God forbid, I hope the children wasn't in the house. I pray the children weren't in the house. But we know these type of toxic relationships, typically the children be right there. I really just want us to be safe. And I think that the mindset that we've taken on as black women on this internet, that can't nobody tell us nothing, can't nobody do nothing to us, and everybody else is bad and we all good, we gonna get ourselves killed. We are literally going to get ourselves killed. We got to start coming back to reality now. Now, I want to get back into him for the last threat before he really carried through with it. Now, he's on live. This her in the background. This is a learning lesson. That's how I'm going to use it.
But he still tried his bitch. You tried his bitch.
Say something.
You tried his bitch.
Say something in my live. Bitch, sit back and listen.
You finna stab me?
Sit back and listen.
Are you finna stab me? He lied though.
If I get off this live, you ain't gonna make it out the door. And I'm gonna do it to you. Oh. So the best thing for you to do is shut the fuck up and listen to the lie.
You need to stop lying.
I'm telling the story, bitch.
You lied though.
The fuck?
But you're lying.
I ain't lying about shit.
You know how that went.
She don't want me to tell it because she knows she's slime.
Oh my kid, you slime. You talk to that nigga bitch.
Okay, again, let me tell the story, bitch.
Oh my kid, you slime. You try that nigga bitch. And you
again.
Bitch, I got all screenshots.
I'll be back, y'all.
So I'm assuming sliding means cheating. So he's saying you slide, and she said, but nigga, you sliding too. You fuck that nigga bitch. So it seems to me like they were both, well, that's what it is. They both cheated on each other.
I swear you're a die.
I gotta die by that.
Now he tell her, now this is the last warning before destruction. Now he straight up tells her, I swear you'll die. This is what's happening right here. When she was on live, she grabbed his phone and she was giving her side. She said, and I don't even want to bring up Udi. And he literally said, you talk about that, you gonna die. Now, black women saw that and said, oh, he must have been gay. I didn't get anything gay out of this. I watched a whole hour-long live, and honestly, to me, I didn't get no gay tease out of anything from anybody. It gave to me they were both recklessly cheating on each other. Yes. But they got some street shit going. But gay, I didn't catch none of that. So she said, you don't want me to tell him about Udi. He tells her in the background, you're going to die about that. And this is her response to him saying, you're going to die if you tell me about the Udi stuff. If you tell them about the Udi stuff.
To tell it because she knows she's slime.
Oh my kid, you slime. You talk to that nigga bitch.
Okay, again, let me tell the story, bitch.
Oh my kid, you slime. You try that nigga bitch. And you
again.
Bitch, I got all screenshots.
I'll be back, y'all. I swear you're a die.
I gotta die by that. You told my shit. Damn, bitch. I gotta die if I tell what happened.
Give me my phone.
That's crazy, y'all. I ain't really gonna die by this, so y'all won't know that tea right now. Mark done got quiet. Where he at? He right here. He getting mad. He don't like the truth coming out.
So, the last straw was her mentioning the Odie guy. Now, I went and saw the brother, and we're going to get into him and what he had to say. And according to the brother, he's saying that it wasn't nothing gay, nothing to do with any of that as it pertains to this Odie situation. According to the brother, the reason why he told her not to say anything about the Odie stuff is because Odie was allegedly his ex or his best friend. And legend has it, allegedly, they're saying that this guy had something to do, or at least he was the trigger man for the unaliving of his best friend, Odie. And they're saying that, he went to the funeral, cried with the family in front of them folks, and made it seem like he really was sorry when he really allegedly was the one who pulled the trigger. Okay? Allegedly. Okay? So that Odie was robbed and unalive, and they're saying that she was going to come on the internet and tell everybody that he backdoored his so-called best friend and got him killed. So that's why they're saying that he said, if you say something about that Odie shit, you gonna die. And let me tell you why, because you know how big of a can of worms that opens. And that's another thing too. Sharika, yes, he's fighting demons. He's already, this is what I'm saying. She knows what he's capable of. She knows. But she still play with this nigga like that. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. So according to the brother, like the brother said, he didn't want her to mention that he had something to do with his best friend being killed and robbed, and he was the one set it up. So that's why he said at the end, and I'm gonna run it back one more time. That's why she said, and you ain't gonna catch her saying the Odie part, because by the time she said, I guess the video cuts off. But that's why she's saying, he said, you say that shit, you gonna die about it.
You fly! You talk to that nigga bitch! Okay, let me tell the story, bitch. I'm not bitch! You try to fly! You try that nigga bitch!
Again.
You bitch! I got all the screenshots!
I'll be back, y'all. I swear you'll die.
I gotta die by that! You told my shit!
Damn, bitch.
I gotta die if I tell what happened?
Give me my phone.
That's crazy, y'all. I ain't really gonna die behind this, so y'all won't know that tea right now.
She's sitting up there smiling and kikiing while this boy going through a life crisis and don't even realize it. I get it. He may not even be looking like it, but that nigga going through hell and high water. And she over there smiling. She openly admitted, yep, I got herpes. And you licked it. And nothing he's saying is penetrating her. Yet it seems like everything that she's saying is fucking piercing his skin. And I think that's part of the agitation and then the escalation of the agitation, okay? So she was about to get on here and say that basically he had something to do with his best friend being unalive. And that's where the brother came out and said that's not true. And we're going to get into what the brother had to say. The brother basically came on here to shed some light on things that's been happening and stuff that's in the news. He basically admitted that they both had issues. Shout out to the brother. The brother didn't get on here and say, my brother ain't did nothing to nobody. That girl was toxic. He ain't said none of that. That boy, the brother came on here and said they were both toxic. Both of them. And I can see from the live that he's not lying, okay? Let's get into what the brother had to say. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please, and thank you. It says, brother of Shamarka's car speaks out after murder-suicide, says his brother was a good man and claims the couple had a strong bond even after Zaria Carr was killed moments after their final argument on live. It says the brother of Shamarka's Carr, the man who took the life of his wife, Zaria Carr, before turning the gun on himself, is now speaking out, calling his brother a good man and claiming the couple had a strong relationship. In the clip, he shares a story about a past situation that Zaria and Shamarcus were discussing just moments before she was killed. This is yet another painful reminder that no matter how violent or clear the truth may be, many families will still stand by their own, even in the face of brutality. If you or someone you know is experiencing abuse from a partner, help is available at 800-799-7233. This here is a triggering topic, so please take heed to this number if you need it. If you are triggered, please click off the video. But if you are in need of any help, the number is 800-799-7233. And that's for anybody at the sound of my voice. Even if you're not physically going through it now, you might need it in the future. make sure y'all hit that number up. Now, I'm watching the neighborhood talk, or what is this, on site, and they're basically trying to do right and wrong game, play who's right and who's wrong, and that's why they over here saying what they're saying about the brother, but I don't think the brother said nothing wrong. Y'all let me know. Check it out.
Into it, we can't jump in it. I don't, like, let me get this out of the way. That's my brother. I love him. I'm not speaking just good on him because it was bad. It was tragic. So we're not going to say he just jumped on women. He just beat her. They have a great relationship. Every relationship go through stuff. Every relationship go through things. He don't just wake up and just jump on her, beat her. He don't do that. When people get triggered, shit happens. Not saying it's right. I'm not condoning that. Not saying it's right.
So what the brother is saying is it wasn't the traditional DV situation, meaning it wasn't a situation where she was the victim and he was just kept being the one just punching on her and beating on her. It seemed to me like they fought. You see what I'm saying? It seemed to me like they had the type of relationship where they fight. We all know a couple like that, or have known a couple like that, because she was not afraid of him by any stretch of the means. It seemed to me like they fought, and it sounds like what the brother is saying was that that was the dynamics of their relationship. But he's saying, as a brother, of course, that don't mean my brother was a bad person. It's just that they were toxic and disgusting, and it ended up deadly this time. I don't think he's wrong in saying that, because it doesn't look like she was the victim and he was the one doing the punching. It seemed like they sometimes would get into fights.
So, let's get with the, okay, you heard him on live. He got into it. He jumped on her. They got in a fight. He jumped on her for, it wasn't no 3 hours. That both of them exaggerated. Both of them exaggerated. It wasn't no 3 hours. Bro got up. He went to work. He get to the job. He say, bro, I think somebody trying to break in at the house. He called me. He like, bro, I think somebody trying to break in at the house. So like, come on, right? What's up? Why you say that? He was like, man, the front camera going off. The front camera gone. So he left work. He doubled back. He left work. He go back to his house that they share, and he went in the house. He parked his car down the road. He went in the house. Zah was in there. Zah was in there fucking another guy. Plain and simple. That's why she was naked. He went in the house. His house. He lived with her in his room, his bed. They in there fucking.
So in the house that he paid for while he was in jail with his settlement, where he's paying the bills, or at least he had a huge, it don't matter. They share an occupation, or they occupy a home. They share together. And he's at work thinking somebody broke in his house. She butt naked in their house, in the home that they share together, in the bed with a nigga. Again, this doesn't mean that she should have been unalive, but god damn. Toxic, unwell people do not need to be in relationship. I'm just saying. Just as bad of a person it seems like he was, seemed like she was just as bad too. Both of them seemed like they were bad people, as far as relationship wise. But that's big. He done had a butt-ass naked nigga in his house. This is what I want to know. Who's to say that man hadn't been bottling all that stuff up and then it all just, you know what I mean? Because he done stuck around for a lot, it seems. But who's to say he hadn't been bottling all this shit up and this was the last straw?
He lost it. He jumped on both of them. He jumped on both of them. When he fighting with the dude, tussling with the dude, she run out the house, jump in the car. She go to the police station. He get up, chasing her, fuck the dude, left the dude in there, whatever. Chasing her. He drive crazy, mad. He drive right up to the police station. You get there, you know, she's standing outside the car, naked.
people saying they're surprised he didn't shoot her then. Honestly, they cheat on each other. That's what they do. Like, that's the dynamic. So I guess she josed him while he was in prison. But while she was josing him, meaning writing him, calling him, you know, or him calling on the phone, woo the woo, it seemed like while she was josing him, she still was on the outside fucking with niggas. But the niggas she was fucking with is niggas he know. So it seemed like once he got out, he was cheating too. He had the girls he was fucking with while he was writing in prison, and they both cheated on each other. This is what they did. So it would make sense why he stayed, because they both cheating anyway. But it would also make sense why people are like, oh, he should have popped her then. Who knows? He probably had them been mowed down bad on some stuff she done caught him on. That's probably the dynamic of their relationship.
Talking with 2 officers. Shit. The officer telling him to pull over. He was like, nah. He dipped. He came home. Shit. That was it. He left her. It was over with. He stayed at the house. We at the house every day. We chilling. And shit. Zai kept calling. Like, she wanted him back. She wanted him back. You know, they talk. Whatever, woo. And
Toxic.
he loved her. That's his wife. Shit.
And that's probably why a lot of people stay out of it. You just walked into your house and see her in a bed with another nigga, but she can call you and you go back. Toxic relationship. Toxic relationship. Both were toxic. Both were toxic. Both were toxic. Yeah, and he had got over $100,000 while he was in jail that she was supposed to be using to pay the bills. According to him, she spent all his money. Well, a lot of his money, the settlement money that he got. He said he went, mind you, they doing roots on each other. He also said that he went to get a reading to see if he had a root on him, and he got 2 separate readings that told him that either she or somebody in her family are putting roots on him. And according to him, or according to her, she said it was probably my auntie or my mom or somebody else. Apparently, they both dibble and dabble in root work. However, them dibbling and dabbling, all of that could have been reason why they stayed together. Remember, she accused him of putting a love spell. No, he accused her of putting a love spell on him. And this will make sense as to why he be running back, even though he caught her in the bed with a nigga. That's what a love spell does, if you believe in the work of magic, okay? That's what a love spell does. It does what Blueface is doing with Krishan. Even all of the stuff he done gone through, he still wanted to move back in. That's what a love spell does, okay? Now, you can say you don't believe in it, but you be foolish. If you believe in the Holy Spirit, you got to believe in a love spell. You got to believe in one spirit. You got to believe in them all, okay?
Went back home. Like they couldn't get enough of each other. It ain't Mark 5'6", Zai 6 foot. She was handling her own. Like, they fight. That's just what they do. I'm not trying to make her look bad. Zai. You gotta know her. So shit, you know, they kept going back and forth to each other. You know, this last incident. Shit, he checked the phone. He went through her phone, checked the phone. She went and met up with a nigga in Carolina. He went live. You know, he went live.
So the reason he went live was, so I guess he had them come back. They were working on their relationship after he caught her in the bed with a nigga. It seemed to me like what the brother is saying is, once he come back, he checked her phone and saw she was still texting niggas and dealing with niggas. Mind you, these ain't, a lot of these niggas that she fucking with ain't randoms. These is niggas that he used to run with, okay? So he, according to the brother, he saw her phone and that's what made him go live. So that would make sense why he decided to go live and air her out, because he caught her cheating again. Got it. That makes sense.
They talked about some business, all this stuff. Can't jump into it. We can't jump in it. I don't like. Let me get this out of the way.
So that was a bit of what the brother had to say. And I understand what he's saying. See, we live in a time to where, like I said, it's either a victim, a black woman is always the victim. Some of us can do better with our lives and the way that we're doing. They were both toxic with each other, okay? Both of them. Unfortunately, they're not here today. But as it pertains to this particular situation, this should be taught as a lesson learned. We need to stop going around telling young black girls that they can get away with doing the shit they do on social media. Saying shit to niggas, doing shit to niggas, putting your hands on niggas, going back and forth with niggas. These new niggas are bitch made. Okay, a lot of these new niggas more emotional than women. Y'all sitting up here thinking because you get to go back and forth with these niggas on the internet that the same thing gonna happen in real life gonna get us unalive, bro. We gotta think smarter than that. These dudes too emotional. And listen, the difference between an emotional woman. My bad, I'll get it. But the difference between an emotional man and an emotional woman is the ability and the capabilities that said person has. An emotional woman, for the most part, now don't get me wrong, a woman can unalive a man. She can definitely do that. But for the most part, when it comes to an emotional woman, she'll probably cut your clothes up, flatten your tires, might fight you, things of that nature. Because as far as her capabilities of what she can do, she can only go so far. But as it pertains to an emotional man, now he has the capabilities to do things far beyond your control and imagination that can ultimately get you in a situation that can get you killed. So a man is automatically stronger than you. He has access to firearms and things of that nature that most women don't have access to. So now you put this emotional man in a position to where you're going back and forth with him. What do you think the outcome is going to be? What do you think the outcome is going to be? It's not about right or wrong. It's about being alive to be here with our children. That's what this is about. It's not about who's wrong and who's right. Because if I go through this comment section right now, it's a bunch of women talking about niggas and a bunch of women liking the comments. And I'm here for it because niggas got their shit like women do too. But what I'm saying is, if you don't address the wrongs, the things that she did wrong to land her unalive, we're going to be burying far more black women with the mindset that we have. That young girl's mindset was warped to even be with this nigga, first of all. But secondly, to be with him in the capacity she was with him, handling him, doing the things that she was doing, that you can't do that to emotionally unstable creatures. You can't do that. And it's not about who's right and wrong when you dead. Nobody cares when you dead. Nobody cares when you're gone. Who was right and who was wrong? Okay, let's go for broke. She was right, he was wrong, but both of them dead. Now what? Let's go for broke. She didn't do nothing wrong. She was in the right, he was in the wrong, but both of them are dead. Is it worth it? It's not. It's really not. Going back and forth with these niggas, this ain't the 90s and beyond. This ain't back in the day when your mama could cuss your daddy out and your daddy just walk away because he had a thing called emotional intelligence. The new niggas ain't cut like that. They not cut like that. See, them old niggas used to have real jobs. They work 40-hour, 50-hour weeks. They might have another family, but they got shit to do and shit to lose. You can cuss them out and they going about their business, have a bill and say your mama crazy. These new niggas ain't got nothing to lose and nothing else going on but you. So you cuss them out, they might pop you upside the head and it might be the permanent pop. You get it? You just can't, you just can't. We in a different time. We just, you can't roll like you've been rolling. And this internet shit gonna get a lot of black women in trouble. The internet is not real when it comes to real life. The things y'all getting away with on this internet, you're not gonna get away with in real life. Stop talking to these niggas crazy. And I got a mouth on me. And even I don't talk to niggas crazy. Me and Miss Parker was just on the phone. I said, I know I run my mouth big, but I do not play with my old man like that. I don't talk to niggas crazy. I don't put my hands on niggas. I don't do none of that because I don't know what this nigga might do. I'm saying for us, we need to kind of adopt. You see what I'm saying? I just don't play with people like that. And we got to stop playing with people like that. But it's a tragic situation all the way around, though. It really is. Very, very tragic. I hate that this happened to her. My condolences goes out to both families because it seems to me like everybody on both sides already knew how they got down. Everybody on both sides already knew how these mother effers got down, and ain't nobody coming out here saying that he was just abusing her or vice versa. Everybody, it seems like in the know, is giving like it was inevitable. It was gonna happen. Okay. So we got to keep that in mind when we talking about this stuff. And y'all got to be safe and keep your head on the swivel, okay? Felicia Renee, thank you for being a member for 13 months, says, hey, boo, dolls and dons. It says, sending love from my birthday cruise, the Diddler and then Nasty. Yes. Go ahead on. Happy birthday, girl. Happy birthday, Felicia. Have fun on your cruise. Love Wisdom, thank you for the super chat, says, ladies, understand you may lose in silence, but you win to see another day. Thank you. Thank you. Stop trying to be the one to get the last word and prove something. Thank you, Love Wisdom. Thank you. Thank you. Because that's what this is all about. Sometimes you're going to have to eat some L's, and that's cool. But at least you live, man. That's all I'm talking about. I'm not saying that he well within his rights to do whatever he did. I ain't saying none of that. All I'm saying is I want to see my black women alive. I don't want to see them 6 feet deep. So with that being said, if shutting the hell up is going to keep you on this side of the ground, then I say shut the hell up. It's just not, it's never worth your life. Who's going to raise her babies? Kay Nicole, thank you for the super chat. Vu, did you catch her face change behind him a few times, almost like shape-shifting? No, but I'm going to have to watch it again. I'm going to have to study it and watch it again. With that being said, y'all, I got to get up off of here. I got Baddies Gone Wild coming. I already did it last night. I just forgot to upload it, but I got Baddies Gone Wild coming. Make sure y'all like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And again, I hope I didn't offend anybody with my commentary on this last situation. The Diddy stuff, I don't care. But this last situation where unfortunately a sister was taken away from us too soon, a mother taken away from us too soon, I really hope I didn't offend nobody because that is not what I wanted to do and it wasn't my intention. My intention was just to shed light on something that's happening in the community and the way in which we can combat that and be alive to raise our babies. That's all. Okay, so I don't want to trigger nobody. I don't want to get nobody no compromising situation. I really just want us to breathe and no Diddy breathe. But you know what I mean? I really want us to stay alive for real, for real. That's what that was all about. Staying alive, period, point blank. But with that being said, y'all, I got to get up off of here. Love y'all down to the ground. We'll be here tomorrow. Sorry about missing yesterday, but I will catch y'all tomorrow. Love y'all. Catch y'all on the next one. And where's my outro? Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go! It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy, for your boy, for your boy. Also for your boy, mix it for your boy. Drop it for your, wow, 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 lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.